Good morning, student. As you know that I have already started acid and base chapter. So I have already discussed about the acid, base. Okay. Just I am going to again a small revision here at first. Acid. Those substance which gives hydrogen ion in aqueous solution is called acid. Sulfuric acid. It gives hydrogen ion in aqueous solution, so it is called acid. Nitric acid. It also gives hydrogen ion in aqueous solution, so this is called acid. It is sour in taste and it turns blue litmus to red. It turns blue litmus to red. Okay. Now, acid are generally two types: binary acid and ternary acid. In case of binary acid, acid which consists of two different types of element is called binary acid. For example, hydrochloric acid, hydrogen bromide, hydrogen iodide, these are acid and this is called binary acid. Why is it called binary acid? Because it consists of two types of element, two different types of element, hydrogen and chlorine in case of hydrochloric acid, hydrogen and bromine in case of hydrogen bromide, and hydrogen in case of hydrogen and iodine. So it is called binary acid. But as far as the concern of ternary acid is also known as oxy acid. Oxy acid. It consists of three different types of element. Ternary acid is consists of three different types of elements, such as sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is called ternary acid because it consists of three different types: hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. Because it has oxygen, so it is also known as oxy acid. Now, this is an example of ternary acid. Nitric acid is another example of ternary acid. Carbonic acid, phosphoric acid, phosphorus acid, these are ternary acid. Why? Because it consists of three different types of element. Now, ternary acid are strong acid as well as weak acid, both. Okay. So in case of ternary acid, how can you identify which one is strong acid and which one is weak acid? So in case of strong acid, at first it is necessary to know what is strong acid. Acid which is completely dissociated in aqueous solution and gives large number of hydrogen ions are called strong acid. Acid, I repeat it, acid which is completely dissociated in aqueous solution and gives large number of hydrogen ions are called strong acid. But example of strong acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid is called strong acid. But as far as the concern of weak acids, it is not completely dissociated in aqueous solution. In other words, we can say it is partially dissociated in aqueous solution and gives less number of hydrogen ion is called weak acid. Weak acid which is partially dissociated in aqueous solution and gives less number of hydrogen ions is called weak acid. All organic acid are weak acid. Okay, all organic acid are weak acid. Acetic acid is called weak acid which is present in vinegar. Formic acid is also known as weak acid which is present in red ant. Okay, and oxalic acid which is present in guava, it is also known as weak acid. So all organic acid are weak acid. Now, how can you identify which one is strong acid and which one is weak acid? So very simple things. Organic acid or weak acid, so no need to it. But in case of inorganic acid or mineral acid, it is strong as well as weak. So it is necessary to identify which one is strong acid and which one is weak acid without doing practical. So very simple formula is here. XOMOHN. What is X? X is the element other than hydrogen and oxygen. In case of sulfuric acid, S is the X, because other than hydrogen and oxygen, that is S. In case of nitric acid, X is nitrogen, because other than hydrogen and oxygen. In case of carbonic acid, S is carbon, because other than hydrogen and oxygen. In case of phosphoric acid, X is phosphorus, other than hydrogen and oxygen. In case of phosphorus acid, X is phosphorus, other than hydrogen and oxygen, that is X. Okay, so I'm just going to explain a simple example. Sulfuric acid is strong acid or weak acid. Okay, so value of M, if value of M is 0 or 1, they are considered as weak acid. If value of M is 2, either 2 or 3, they are considered as strong acid. You must remember these two things. Okay, but how can you get the value of M? This is the question. So this is a sulfuric acid. Now sulfuric acid is breakdown in this form. Okay, so how many hydrogen atom is there? Hydrogen is 2. So this is the place for hydrogen. So OH twice. So 2 hydrogen, 2 oxygen is removed. Finally, we have 1 sulfur and 2 oxygen here. So we can write SO2. So it means sulfuric acid is just breakdown into this form SO2 OH whole 2. So compare these things. In place of value M, we'll get 2. Okay, if the value of M is 2, then we can say strong acid. So we can say that sulfuric acid is strong acid. Now we'll take another example. In case of nitric acid, so this is a nitric acid, OH, and here NO2. Okay, because number of hydrogen is 1 here, so OH is just put in the bracket according to the formula, and finally we have NO2. So now compare the formula with the changes form. So we can see that value of M equal to 2 again here. So it is also known as a strong acid, because we know that if value of either 2 or 3, they are considered strong acid. If the value of either 0 or 1, they are considered weak acid. So this is very important formula, and with the help of this formula, we are able to identify which one is strong acid and which one is weak acid as far as concern of inorganic acid, because we know the organic acid are weak acid. This is a very important things. Now number of hydrogen replaces by acid is called basicity of an acid. So what do you mean by basicity of an acid? The number of hydrogen ion displaced by acid in aqueous solution is called basicity of an acid. So how can you identify how many hydrogen atom is displaced by acid? This can be clear by writing the structure of acid. Okay, so sulfuric acid is called dibasic acid. It means its basicity is 2. It is also known as diprotic acid. So sulfuric acid is called diprotic acid or dibasic acid, because this can be clear by writing the structure of sulfuric acid. So this is the structure of sulfuric acid, and after writing the structure of sulfuric acid, we can see that both the hydrogens are attached with oxygen and both are repulsible. So it gives 2 repulsible hydrogen ion. It means its basicity is 2. So after knowing basicity, we are able to know how many types of salt is formed by acid by the reaction of base. Okay, so sulfuric acid forms 2 series of salt. Why? Because its basicity is 2. So this is the sulfuric acid. It replaces hydrogen ion in aqueous solution to form H plus and HSO4 minus, and now this HSO4 minus again displace 1 hydrogen and to form SO4 2 minus sulfate ion. So one salt is bisulfate, another is sulfate. because it gives two replaceable hydrogen ion, its basicity is 2, so it has ability to form two series of salt with base. For example, when sulfuric acid react with sodium hydroxide to form sodium bisulfate and water. First salt is sodium bisulfate. Now sodium bisulfate further react with sodium hydroxide to form sodium sulfate and water. So it forms two series of salt. First is sodium bisulfate and there is sodium sulfate. So this is the role of basicity. If the acid has basicity 1, then it has the ability to form one type of salt. Okay, to form one type of salt. I am just going to take another example whose basicity is 1. In case of nitric acid, after writing structure we can see that the number of hydrogen is 1 and this hydrogen attached with the oxygen atom here, so its basicity is 1, that is replaceable hydrogen, so basicity equal to 1. So it is nitric acid called monobasic acid. Monobasic acid, it means when nitric acid gives hydrogen ion in aqueous solution, it gives one hydrogen in aqueous solution, and to form nitrate ion, it means when nitric acid react with base like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide to form one type of salt, that is sodium nitrate. So nitric acid react with base like sodium hydroxide to form sodium nitrate and water. Sodium nitrate and water, because it is monobasic acid. So dear student, sodium binitrate is not possible. Reason is that nitric acid is monobasic acid, its basicity is 1. So whenever it reacts with base to form one type of salt, and its name is sodium nitrate in case of sodium hydroxide. But when nitric acid reacts with potassium hydroxide, then we will get potassium nitrate and water, because we know acid reacts base to form salt and water. This is called neutralization reaction. So we will get sodium potassium nitrate. Now one more example I am just going to take here. This is the phosphorus acid. Now this is called phosphoric acid. So what are the basicity of phosphorus and phosphoric acid? It is very important here, because both have 3 hydrogen, but all the hydrogens are not replaceable. How can you say? This can be clear by writing the structure of acid. At first it is necessary to write down the structure of acid, then you are able to know which hydrogen is replaceable. Oh, which one hydrogen is replaceable. In case of phosphorus acid, it has 3 hydrogen, but after writing structure we can see that only 2 hydrogen is replaceable, because both the hydrogens are attached with oxygen, and those hydrogen which attach to oxygen are replaceable. It means its basicity is 2. It has 3 hydrogen while its basicity is 2. Basicity is 2. So it is called dibasic acid, and similarly it reacts with base to form 2 series of salt. Okay, but in case of phosphorus acid, after writing structure, we can see that all the hydrogens are attached with oxygen and all are replaceable. So it is called tribasic acid, because its basicity is 3. It means it reacts with base to form 3 series of salt, 3 types of different salt. Okay, so this is the important role of basicity during the formation of salt. Now next topic, just I am going to discuss what do you mean by neutralization reaction. When acid react with base to form salt and water. When acid react with base to form salt and water, this is called neutralization reaction. Acid reacts with base to form salt and water. For example, hydrochloric acid react with sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride and water. So this is called neutralization reaction because acid reacts with base to form salt and water. Not only hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid also react with sodium hydroxide others or potassium hydroxide, okay, to form potassium sulfate and water. This is another example of neutralization reaction. Now, reverse of neutralization reaction is called hydrolysis. Very important things. Reverse of neutralization reaction is called hydrolysis. Hydrolysis. Okay, write down reverse of neutralization reaction. Reverse of neutralization reaction is called hydrolysis. It means interaction of water molecules with the salt. Interaction of water molecule with the salt is called hydrolysis. Okay, so this is the salt plus water to form acid and base. So after hydrolysis, we can see that solution is either acidic or basic. In case of potassium sulfate undergoes hydrolysis, we will get potassium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. So interaction of water molecule with the salt will get potassium sulfate. So this is a reverse reaction. That's how you can write here. Reverse of neutralization reaction is called hydrolysis. But we'll get another example. Which one is strong acid? Which one is strong base? If base is strong, then solution is basic. If acid is strong, then solution is acidic. Now we'll take another example here. Sodium acetate react with water. It means interaction of water with the salt like sodium acetate to form acetic acid and sodium hydroxide. Acetic acid and sodium hydroxide. In this case, because acetic acid is weak acid because it is organic acid and sodium hydroxide is strong base. So if solution is basic because base is strong here, that's why solution is basic. Okay, so after hydrolysis of sodium acetate, we will get basic solution due to formation of strong base sodium hydroxide. Similarly, I am just taking another example. In case of ammonium chloride undergoes hydrolysis. It means interaction of water molecules. We will get ammonium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Ammonium hydroxide is weak base and hydrochloric is strong acid. So solution is acidic here. Why is called acidic? Because that is strong here. So this is the hydrolysis. Thank you and see you again next class.